On April 6, 2015, a Jalisco state police convoy was driving down a highway, probably thinking it was just another day. Bam! CJNG ambush. They hit them hard and fast. Burning vehicles, gunfire ripping through the air. The highway turned into a goddamn war zone in minutes. It's the kind of thing you see in a movie, but this was real life. And that's what we're talking about today. Real life, caught on camera. Raw, terrifying footage of the chaos and brutality that comes with cartel activity. These aren't actors in Hollywood, man. These are real people in real danger. Here are some of the most disturbing Mexican cartel encounters ever recorded on dash cam. It's September 4th, 2016, just outside Nuevo, Laredo. A military convoy rumbles down a seemingly quiet highway. They're probably thinking about getting back to base, grabbing some chow, but in a split second, everything changes. The dash cam footage is shaky, chaotic. You see the muzzle flashes first, then the dust kicking up as bullets tear into the convoy. These aren't just some random shots, man, this is a coordinated attack. The soldiers react instantly, trained for this very situation. They return fire, trying to lay down suppressing fire while others scramble for cover. The air is thick with the sound of gunfire, the smell of cordite. You can hear the soldiers yelling, adrenaline pumping. It's a fight for survival. The cartel members are hidden, their positions concealed, but they're relentless. This footage is brutal, a stark reminder of the daily violence faced by those caught in the crossfire of the cartel wars. March 2022, and the city of Nuevo Laredo is on edge. They nabbed Juan Gerardo Trevino, a high-ranking cartel leader, and the cartel is pissed. This is their territory, and they don't take challenges lightly. Suddenly, the city descends into chaos. Gunfire erupts in the streets, a wave of violence unleashed as the cartel flexes its muscles. They're sending a message: you don't mess with us. The US consulate goes on lockdown, fearing they might be targeted. People are trapped in their homes, terrified to step outside. The bridge connecting Laredo, Texas to Nuevo Laredo, shut down. The border is closed, man. This isn't just a small-time turf war. This is a full-blown cartel offensive, and these guys are playing for keeps. November 28th, and Nuevo Laredo is once again thrown into chaos. This time it's the arrest of Ediberto Rodriguez Hernandez, another key figure in the cartel hierarchy. The cartel's response? Swift and brutal. Gunfire erupts across the city, turning the streets into a war zone. It's like something out of a goddamn action movie, but this is all too real. Innocent people are caught in the crossfire, their lives turned upside down in an instant. The dash cam footage from that day is terrifying. Cars speeding through the streets, desperately trying to escape the violence. The sound of bullets ricocheting off buildings, the air thick with tension and fear. The government tries to regain control, deploying troops and armored vehicles to the city. But the cartel is deeply embedded, their network of informants and enforcers woven into the fabric of Nuevo Laredo. This is a city held hostage by fear, trapped in the grip of a seemingly endless cycle of violence. Chapter 4. Highway Stop, Cartel Ambush, October 2011, Hidalgo County, Texas. A routine traffic stop turns deadly in an instant. A sheriff's deputy pulls over a pickup truck, completely unaware that he's stumbled onto something far more dangerous than a simple traffic violation. As the deputy approaches the vehicle, the dash cam captures the moment everything goes sideways. The passenger door swings open, and a group of armed men jump out, unleashing a hail of gunfire. The deputy, caught completely off guard, is gunned down in cold blood. The attackers, later identified as members of a Mexican cartel, flee the scene, leaving behind a trail of carnage. The footage from that day is chilling, a stark reminder of the ever-present danger faced by law enforcement officers, especially those working in areas plagued by cartel activity. The trial was intense, man. The courtroom was packed with families, law enforcement, and the media all hanging on every word. The tension was palpable. In the end, justice was served, but the scars of that day run deep. Chapter 5. The Jalisco Convoy Massacre. Let's go back to April 6, 2015. A Jalisco state police convoy is making its way down a highway, the sun glinting off their windshields. They're probably thinking about lunch, maybe calling their families when they get a chance. They had no idea they were driving into a death trap. Suddenly, the earth erupts in gunfire. The CJNG, one of Mexico's most powerful and ruthless cartels, is waiting for them, armed to the teeth and ready for blood. The dashcam footage from that day is absolutely insane. The The convoy is hit from multiple sides, a storm of bullets ripping through their vehicles. These aren't just your average pistols and rifles, man. The CJNG is packing serious heat. 50 caliber machine guns, grenade launchers, the works. The police officers fight back, but they're outgunned and outmaneuvered. Their vehicles are riddled with bullets, some bursting into flames. The highway is transformed into a scene of absolute carnage. When the smoke clears, the true horror of the ambush becomes clear. Over a dozen officers are dead, their bodies riddled with bullets. It's a massacre, a brutal display of the CJNG's power and ruthlessness. Chapter 6. The Day Culiacan Fought Back. October 2019, and the city of Culiacan becomes a battleground. Mexican security forces, backed by the US government, launch an operation to capture Ovidio Guzman, son of the infamous El Chapo. They thought it would be quick, in and out. They were dead wrong. As soon as they move in on Guzman, all hell breaks loose. The cartel unleashes a wave of violence unlike anything the city has ever seen. Heavily armed cartel gunmen, some even wearing tactical gear and body armor, pour into the streets, engaging the security forces in fierce gun battles. The dashcam footage from that day is like something out of a war movie. You see burning vehicles, terrified civilians running for their lives, and the constant rattle of gunfire. It's pure chaos. The cartel's firepower is unbelievable. They're rolling down the streets in armored trucks, technicals mounted with 50 caliber machine guns, RPGs raining down on government positions. They even shoot down a military helicopter. The government, completely overwhelmed by the cartel's ferocity and realizing the potential for massive civilian casualties, makes a decision. They back down, they release Guzman. It's a stunning victory for the cartel, a humiliating defeat for the Mexican government. The message is clear: the cartel rules these streets. You'd think birdwatchers would be safe, right? Out in nature, enjoying the peace and quiet. Not in Mexico, man. In early 2020, a group of American birdwatchers got a terrifying reminder that danger can lurk in the most unexpected places. They're driving on a remote road in Tabasco, surrounded by lush greenery, when they round a bend and come face to face with a group of armed men. We're talking AK-47s, camo gear, the whole 9 yards. These aren't your friendly neighborhood watch. The footage from their dash cam captures the heart-stopping moment. The birdwatchers are terrified, their faces pale with fear. The armed men approach cautiously, their fingers on the triggers. They start asking questions, their voices cold, their eyes hard. Who are they? What are they doing here? The birdwatchers, fearing for their lives, try to explain that they're just there to observe birds. They're scientists, not spies, not DEA, just some dudes who like birds. After what feels like an eternity, the armed men seem to believe their story. They're tense, but they lower their weapons. They let the birdwatchers go, a silent warning hanging in the air. The birdwatchers drive away, their hearts pounding, incredibly grateful to escape with their lives. They learned a valuable lesson that day in cartel territory: nowhere is truly safe. Chapter 8. Terror in Nairobi. This one isn't Mexico, but it's just as crazy. 2018, Nairobi, Kenya. Lauren and Brian Swenson, an American couple, are driving through the city enjoying their vacation. They're using a navigation app to get around, but it takes them down a wrong turn. A wrong turn that could have cost them their lives. As they drive down a narrow street, their dashcam captures the moment terror strikes. A car pulls in front of them, blocking their path. Before they can react, another car boxes them in from behind. Suddenly, men armed with machetes and guns swarm their car. They're screaming, smashing the windows, trying to get to Lauren and Brian. It's a scene straight out of a nightmare. Brian, thinking fast, slams the car into reverse, smashing into the vehicle behind them. He throws the car into drive, plowing through the attackers, desperate to escape. They manage to break free, speeding away as fast as they can, the sound of shattering glass and the attackers' screams echoing in their ears. It's a miracle they weren't killed. The footage is terrifying, a stark reminder that even in seemingly safe cities, violence can erupt at any moment. Chapter 9. Cartel Checkpoint. This is what happens when the cartel becomes the law. In broad daylight on a busy street, the Cartel del Noreste sets up a goddamn checkpoint. Colosseum Boulevard, man. They're not even trying to hide. The footage is surreal. You see cars lined up, terrified drivers looking on as heavily armed cartel members, some wearing masks, some with their faces uncovered, casually walk among them. They're checking IDs, looking for rivals, asserting their dominance. Imagine being stuck in that line of cars. Your heart is racing, your palms are sweating. You don't know what they're looking for, what they'll do if they don't like what they see. These checkpoints are a terrifying reminder of the cartel's power. They operate with impunity, controlling who comes and goes, instilling fear in the hearts of ordinary citizens. It's a chilling glimpse into a world where the rule of law has been completely eroded, replaced by the cartel's brutal reign. Chapter 10. Escape from the CDN. January 3, 2020. Another day, another cartel roadblock. This time, the driver's dash cam captures a daring escape from the clutches of the CDN. The footage is intense. The driver is approaching what he thinks is a routine police checkpoint. But as he gets closer, he realizes something's not right. These guys aren't cops. They're Cartel del Noreste, and they're armed to the teeth. You can see the driver's thought process in real time. He knows if he stops, he's screwed. They could kidnap him, kill him, who knows what. He's got to get out of there. In a split-second decision, he floors it. The cartel members, caught off guard, scramble out of the way as his car barrels through the checkpoint. They open fire, bullets ripping through the air, but he's already gone, speeding away into the night. The driver's quick thinking and bravery saved his life that day. It's a stark reminder that in cartel territory, survival often comes down to instinct and a heavy dose of luck. That's just a taste, man. A glimpse into the terrifying world of cartel violence caught on camera. These stories are a reminder that the danger is real, the stakes are high, and the cartels are a force to be reckoned with. Stay tuned, because the encounters only get more chilling from here. We've got more dash cam footage, more terrifying encounters, more stories that'll make your skin crawl. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more intense stories caught on camera. And be careful out there.